Shannon, GPT-5 is here. What do you want me to
What
start?
does this mean?
I don't know. I didn't think it was that crazy of an update. I mean, you watched the video and you came away thinking like the writing is significantly changed. Let's do some testing. Like I put it through its paces for like the last 24 hours developing a new online course and working through and just trying to sort of like test its limits in terms of actually its memory. I was trying to really push it on how much context could it ingest in terms of my syllabi, course objectives, that kind of thing. I've been pretty happy with the results. I do like its writing style. There's two models. That are available, and I'm on the $20 a month account. I think the $20 a month gives me expanded access to the thinking model, so there's only two available, and it's interesting to see that change. Everything else like tool use looks pretty similar. I haven't even tried agent yet, interestingly, but I have access to that as well.
I have tried that, not on 5, but on whatever it was before that.
Yeah,
I can share a little bit.
yeah,
About that
yeah. I don't know if you gave me a good prompt. This could be the inaugural break-in. We could try it too. One thing I was excited about yesterday was the announcement that the voice mode was extended for all users, and they said virtually unlimited for the $20 a month tier. And I use that in a lot of education, a lot of teaching contexts. And I've been sort of using it in a creative way with some of the way I've been leaving feedback with learners. So excited
I love
for
the
that.
voice mode for grading.
Yes. Yep. So what should I try? What do you want me to ask it?
Let's see what a student might get out of it in terms of writing, because the one thing that I noticed when I was watching that video is that the writing style looked a lot better.
Yes.
And I feel like it's going to be even harder for instructors who are still trying to detect it. And I think that this version of it really means that we're going to need to lean away from detection and more in a way, unless we're in a writing class, right, move towards other types of assessment whenever possible, and or have students really defend their process when it comes to writing, to help them get through each piece of it and not be overwhelmed enough that they feel like they need to use something like this.
Okay. So I will, let's put an essay prompt in, and we'll choose something that I know something about. I'm a little bit informed. Can you throw me a sort of prompt or idea or topic that you might require in a lit class?
My students pick their own topics, but let's say a persuasive essay on
writing,
a local issue in Iowa.
Let's do windmills.
Or in a specific city or whatever.
Wind power generation and its impact benefits regionally. If I were a student trying to cheat, what would I say here?
I would say write a persuasive essay instead of I am writing.
Okay. I always try to feed it context. That's funny. Okay. So okay, I'll ask it to write a persuasive essay.
Yeah, they'd probably paste in some things like it needs to be 300 words and have 4 sources and stuff like that too.
Should include 4 reputable sources and be at least 3 pages double spaced.
Tell it to use APA.
Use APA. This feels wrong. And now ChatGPT is going to think I'm a cheater. Let's just hit it. So you can just sort of adjust, or you can kind of evaluate its output. I noticed yesterday, I think it was not within the app. I really like oh yeah, it is. So this is a new feature to 5. You can get a quick answer and just have it spit it out, where previously you could watch it thinking. Now you can force it to just finish. Interestingly, I've not clicked this at all. But I think in parallel, it's running like a the simple response with basic sources, and then simultaneously running a second agent, to do the thinking and research quick. It looked a little different when running from a browser versus the app here.
It will be interesting to see what the writing looks like, and then also to see if some tool like Turnitin catches it.
We could try that.
I mean, that maybe is a different video, but
yeah,
that's something that we will need to test for sure.
Bat mortality reduction. Wow. Using .gov sites. My summer students who were using AI when they shouldn't have been, it was interesting that it really pulled in poor sources for them. It was still hallucinating sources. I suppose this is the previous model, so I guess we're wrestling with something different here. But just following the students' links was a really good way of like, are they misusing AI? It was a kind of a dead giveaway.
I found mine. They all the essays that were AI written had a very similar structure, and they often started out with recently the topic of insert topic. It was a very, very formulaic.
They seem to highlight a different style of writing with GPT-5 during the demo. Yeah,
and this is already breaking that mold.
Exactly. Right. So let's just for fun, let's run this again. I'm running the same thing. So do you remember? Let me exit that out. What did it say? So it started with I was already a wind powerhouse, and then giving a statistic. Let's just run this again. See if we get a different kind of response. Yeah, so I mean each and how about I do force the quick answer this time, maybe? Yeah, it's looking at some of the same sources. I guess we'll wait, see what it does.
As it's thinking through that, what is kind of your process as a user of many different language models? What's kind of your process in determining when you want to use ChatGPT versus Gemini versus Grok versus the whole portfolio of them? How do you go through that?
What do you do for that, Shannon?
That's a good question. Sometimes I try both and see which one seems to be working better for that particular thing. There are some where I have projects built. So, for example, I have a college experience project in ChatGPT, and so whenever I want to build content for my course, I go there.
Right.
So, yeah, it really depends. I also use a paid version of Gemini, so I've got that on my personal Google account, and so sometimes I'll go there if I need a little bit more power. So it's sort of all over the place.
Yeah, with Gemini, I built a number of gems, and so I sort of have specific uses for each one. I've had to really get organized, almost built a spreadsheet of what lives where, because you can see all the projects on the left hand side here. That sort of organization, like it's something like Google Drive, has proved really useful. Okay, so different kind of hook. Went to the same year, pulling in didn't pull in that same statistic. So, but it did down here, interestingly. So you might actually see. So I mean, that's probably a good sign if you're an instructor. There's still enough similarity here that the two exact prompts did have some similarities, even though they definitely sounded different. But to your English instructor eyes, Shannon, what do you see? Looks pretty strong, doesn't it? No more emojis.
It does. I mean, it still uses a lot of hyphens, so that's one giveaway.
Yeah.
But the writing is much smoother. It is much
more like
less
me.
formulaic, at least compared to what it used to put out.
Yeah, shorter sentences.
It's still like overly perfect, so that's a pretty easy giveaway with students. But they could you could probably refine this and have it tone down the writing.
But it's using the APA like we asked it to. Interesting, pretty impressive. Cool. So deep research is still here. I'm trying to think, agent I haven't played with, and students wouldn't have access to that yet, but that's certainly potentially coming. And that was the thinking model and letting it think a little bit. Cool. Anything else changed in here? I'll be very eager to see what sort of oh, go ahead, Jen.
Real quickly on agent. If you don't know what agent is, it actually will take over your browser and complete tasks for you. So things like booking reservations at a restaurant or airline tickets or something like that, you can have it do. I did have it play around a little bit in Brightspace. I had it add grade items to my grade book because I had a long list of items for an instructor that needed to be added. So I tried that. It was okay. It's very clunky right now. I'm sure it will get better very quickly. And maybe with GPT-5, it might already be better. But it very slowly did add grade items to my grade book. And you can kind of leave it alone and open up another tab and do your thing while it's working. And so maybe being slow is fine. It did stop a bunch of times and sort of get lost and have to restart. But it is good for those kind of repetitive tasks that you need to just do. I think it's worth trying it.
Interesting. One of the major promises they talked about yesterday was far lower hallucination rates. And so, yeah, I'm honestly looking pretty solid, looking like an undergraduate paper. for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right. Well, good luck out there, everyone, this fall.
Game over.